Hey y'all, welcome back to the Starseed Podcast. It's your girl Bree, and this is another beautiful day for a astro report and a reading. Today is Mars Day, and Mars Day is Take Action Day and clear all your anxieties with physical activity. So Mars is currently in Virgo, which means that you're probably taking action on things that are super practical and super like things that you've been trying to knock out on your to-do list. If you are a super organized person or not, you still are feeling the energy of I need to get my life together. I need to get more organized. I need to look at my health routine. I need to look at just anything that has been out of order, especially when it comes to your digestive system, your health, your everyday routine, like things that are out of place and people who are in the way and just things like that. So I really hope that right now you are feeling good. I know there's a lot going on. I know there's a lot going on in the world, and yeah, I mean, Earth is making her entrance, in a very extreme way. It's a very revolutionary time right now, and it's easy to get distracted and focus on like things that don't matter, like baby mamas and baby daddies and who's arguing and who's doing what. But at the end of the day, like there's a lot of earthly shakeups going on, and I really hope that that is not a main focus but just something to consider when you're complaining through these Virgo transits, when you feel the need to complain about your life or when things are not perfect. I hope that you are taking some time to ground yourself, taking some time to realize that you are blessed and you are um abundant and you have everything that you need, because it could be worse and you can clearly see how it could be worse right now. So we're going to pray for Haiti, we're going to pray for New Orleans, we're going to pray for Afghanistan and the people there and the people all over the world who are suffering right now from natural disasters, if the disaster is natural, because right now I'm just so skeptical about everything. But um we're just gonna keep them close to our hearts and just try our best not to complain, because complaining is just ungratefulness at this point. And I said what I said. It's ungratefulness at this point. So speaking of complaining, we are currently, as you all know, we moved from a Virgo Mercury, which is what Virgo is exalted in. Virgo is ruled by Mercury. And we have moved from Virgo Mercury to Libra Mercury. So Virgo is very headstrong on what they believe and what they Googled and what they feel that they know about a subject because this is how they learned it. But Libra is more like, well, there's more to the story here. There's more facts to bring to your awareness. There's more to consider to balance out this information. It's not just what you think. It's not just how you feel. It's not just how you see the world, but more so of a well-rounded perspective about the things that we think and how we communicate with others. And it's tough with the Virgo transits trying to see things from other people's perspective, because you're just like, what? Like, this makes total sense to me. Like, what do you mean? But we have to, with Libra and moving into Libra season, moving into Libra placements, we are learning how to value compromise and like having a exchange with somebody versus talking at them and trying to tell them who they should be and how they should act and how they should live their life like you, which is very like one track minded, very closed minded thinking. And Libra just opens us up to being more social, being more friendly, and just being more open to other people's perspectives and not just trying to play God. So, not to say that Virgo doesn't have its positives, because there's a lot of positives in getting your life together and doing research, being very practical, having a plan to do things. But with Virgos and Virgo placements, Virgo energy, it can become very controlling. It can become very dark. And then when they feel insecure or feel like their security is being threatened, that's when they start to be extremely condescending, extremely triggering for no reason, and pretend that it's under the guise of healing or doing something with the intention of helping, but you're really just being an asshole. So you just watch out for that with these Virgo transits. Like, know that your way is not the highway and your way is not the highway. Okay. So we just want to continue to do that. So continuing with talking about this Libra Mercury, we are going to be entering a Libra Mercury phase in retrograde. So retrograde is when the planet is moving backwards. And so Mercury will be moving backwards in the sign of Libra. This whole year we've been having retrogrades in air signs. So we've been very much in our social, like rethinking our social life, rethinking the way that we communicate with others, our relationships, checking ourselves as well, and how we communicate, how we're creating problems, how we're running from things that are hard, how we are not gathering all the facts and just kind of running with the facts that we have and just using that as a basis for understanding when there's more to the story. So with air signs, they either Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, they're either having more of a balanced view of things, or they're kind of like more so Gemini on their Kanye shit, just kind of running with, and Aquarius as well. Libra doesn't tend to do this as much, but they can get this way where when they think something, that's just it. And they, especially when it's a threat to the way that they live, the way that they act, because one thing I am noticing about all this zodiac astrology energy is that if you could be a Gemini, but you can have Taurus tendencies, or you can be an Aquarius, but you have Capricorn energy in you, or you can be a Libra, but you have Virgo tendencies. So that's why at times it may seem like, oh, they're just like kind of running with how they feel and what they think about the world, and they don't think about anything else, especially when it comes to certain topics, especially when it comes to relationships, when it comes to creativity, when it comes to just the way that they feel that the world should be. And then you come in with your perspective and they're like, oh no, like, no, it's not that. Or they say something super condescending, or they say something super triggering because they feel threatened by your perspective. Trust me, I've this is like my experience with them. So this is where it's coming from. I'm not saying that all of them are like that. I'm just saying they can get like this to where they like, oh dang, they're all smarter than me. I gotta say something that's gonna completely derail the conversation and trigger them into thinking something else. So watch out for that when you're talking to an air sign or someone with air placements. Like, watch how they try to switch up the conversation when you're saying something that's kind of hitting home and they start to feel insecure. I had to learn that over time, so I'm just passing that along. But yes, with this Libra Mercury in retrograde, Libra is very fun and social and trying to, be the life of the party and be the center of attention and just be all about beauty and aesthetics and everything. So we are going to be rethinking all of those things come, is it September 27th? But we'll still be entering the shadow phase very soon. So we'll be feeling that energy where we're rethinking our relationships. We're rethinking things that are going on, and a lot of truth. Libra is about balance, about justice. Libra rules relationship contracts, business contracts, marriage, all that. So it's a lot of truths that are going to be coming to light, a lot of things that were rooted in lies that are going to be coming to the light. So some things are surfacing right at this moment, and that's because the energy, you're going to feel the energy of the shadow phase and before and after retrograde. So this will be going on throughout not September, October, and a little bit of throughout October as well when it ends. But just keep in mind that these things are all supposed to happen so that we can get a better understanding, a better spiritual understanding of ourselves and our perspectives on life. And you're not going to agree with the way that people do things. It's just the way that it is. But with Libra, there has to be some kind of fairness, balance that's being restored. And sometimes that's just a straight up detachment. Sometimes that's just a straight up, that's another thing with air signs. They will detach from your ass. Okay. They will be like, no, I'm not doing this. Bye. And, they have their relationships, they have their other life. So they don't really need you like that. They really don't. And it is what it is. But just know that it was supposed to happen this way. If you're the person or the person is doing it to you, it was supposed to happen this way. And this is all to restore balance in your life. And if you resist it, if you, run from it, if you ignore it, it doesn't mean it's not happening. That's all I got to say about that. But just continue to do the things that I've been talking about: grounding yourself, journaling, meditating, definitely getting outside as much as you can to just be out in nature. I do that almost every other day or every day, like try to take a walk, take a break. Don't be consumed by what's going on. Even if you're on social media, even if you're on, the internet a lot, like still, have your dissociation, because a lot of the information that we're receiving right now is to keep us in fear, keep us on our toes, and to keep us informed. I don't want to say it's all bad, but I just want to say it's just a lot going on. So you really have to protect your peace. And I told myself, I'm not talking about this jab anymore. I'm just not going to do it because it's just taking up too much of my energy and I'm just over it. So, what else? Okay. And we have, a new moon in Virgo coming up, and I'm just so excited about this because this is the plans that you make to really stand in your truth and in the things that you want. Virgo is very much about self-discovery. It's the Hermit in the tarot, in the major arcana, we'll say. And it's time for us to set intentions and for transformation, I'll say, of our actions and how we want to prepare, how we want to get closure on situations, how we want to renew ourselves, how we want to purify ourselves. It's a good time to really let that sink in and think about how you want to get better in a practical way, in the daily routines, in your health routine. Do you want to exercise more? What do you want to build as well? Virgo is an earth sign. So it's about foundation, security, safety. Like, how do you want to build that in your life? How do you want to build more order and clarity in your life? So that's what I will be following up on a new moon in Virgo. And I'm really trying with these videos. I got to get this camera together because the camera that I have been using overheats, but it's okay. I'm going to get it together. So what else do I want to talk about before my 15 minutes is up? It's almost up. Okay. But just remember that we are still dealing with about 7 retrogrades right now. So give yourself a break. Hold compassion for yourself and other people. Try not to be too selfish. Try to be understanding of what other people may be feeling with all of this backward motion. And we're about to have another backward motion in Mercury and Libra coming up. So just, just hold space and make sure you are completely aware of what's happening behind the scenes, and not everything can be said. And that's another thing about spirituality that I wanted to highlight, because remember, this is not just about, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, whatever. This is not just about zodiac signs and horoscopes. Like, this is about how the planets are affecting us, how the language of the sky is manifesting on Earth. And that's what I'm about. And that's why I want to be a translator of the sky, of the planets, just so you all and myself can understand like the energy that's happening right now. So although you may be feeling a little more social, a little more like outside of your body, maybe tightening up your own routine and your own self journey and your self routine responsibilities and things like that. Just remember that there's a whole plate here. There's a whole, like, you want to really go deep within your meditations, your prayers, your intentions, and just really listen and observe. That's another thing that with this earth sign energy, you have to get better at observing things and not so much reacting. But once you get the observation, that's when it's time to make a decision. And that's one thing Libra is not good at, is making decisions, at least not quickly. So, which is not bad. It's not a good or bad thing. It's just how it is. It's just how they are. But just don't be that person that's just thinking about what they want to do and how they want to do it and make a whole plan and talk to people about the plan, but never do it because of whatever excuse that you're coming up with. So be careful with that, with this Libra energy. And we also have a Scorpio Venus coming up, but I want to get into that later. But we're about to get extreme with transforming through the things that we value, like the clothes, the beauty, you might want to change your hair. You might want to switch up the way you are in your relationship just so you can get some kind of understanding. And it might be extreme because Scorpio is extreme with a lot of things. So, but also a perfectionist, also have an eye for detail and how they want to do things. So it's not a good or bad thing. It just will be a time where we are really focusing like on some like detective FBI type focus on what we value and what we like. So, yeah, and y'all Scorpios know what I'm talking about. Y'all know how y'all be stalking and paranoid and just paying extra attention to everything and still be wrong at times. But a lot of the times you may feel things, but not necessarily act on them in the most pleasant way. But I think another part of this season is just owning who you are too. So that's another thing that I appreciate about Virgo and Scorpio energy, is that they own who they are, and whoever you are is who you are. And if people don't like it, then okay, everybody's not going to like you. And it is what it is. So that's what I'm coming to terms with this energy that we're about to enter to. Like, it's okay if people don't agree with you. It's okay if people don't like you. It's okay if people are bothered by you. It's okay. Because if they still paying attention, they still, watching your every move, you won. So we are now at 18 minutes with the Astro Report. I just had so much to say because last week I messed it up. I recorded and then just got frustrated because it did not come out right. And I knew it wasn't going to come out right because it was too loud in the background, but I wanted to try anyway, but it's okay. I'm back. So yes, this is get yourself together season, but this also can make you very rigid. It makes you very like everyone should be like me now because I'm changing myself in my life. And this is how it should be, which is unfair because we're all different and we're all here to do our own thing. We're not here to be the same, and we are all going through our own process at our own pace. So no, everybody is not going to be like you. Everybody's not going to want to change up their routine and, have this enlightening moment that you're having. It's just not going to work like that. It's going to be a little slower for other people. They're going to have their own process. So just watch out for that. Okay, so let's get into the reading. Spirit, please come into this reading. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides, the divine, please come into this reading and deliver a word for Virgo season, for these changes that we're going through to where we are trying to get our life together. How can we use this energy to show ourselves compassion, show ourselves love? How can we use this energy to get our lives together? All right. I'm using the tarot deck, so I'm in a tarot mood because tarot will make you get your life together, okay? Okay, we have the Nine of Cups, and we have the Daughter of Swords in reverse. Right after the Nine of Cups. Okay. Hope y'all like my jazz in the background. I feel real. It's the morning time right now, so I'm feeling real good about that. Okay. So it looks like the things that used to satisfy you emotionally are being brought to the forefront. The things that you thought that you wanted before are starting to change. And it feels like this is not going to be something that people are okay with. Like this is some kind of conflict situation with this Page of Swords in reverse. Is making me think that you're hesitant on your plans and your thoughts and the things that are coming up for you. Sounds like this is like a spiritual thing. This is an emotional thing. And excuse me. These are people who are not agreeing with you, not agreeing with your choices and your plans, or this is somebody who's not agreeing with your choices and your plans, but this is going to bring you some type of satisfaction, some type of grounding emotionally. This is going to make you feel better, but you are hesitant on these plans because you feel like it's going to be an issue. Like you're going to lose this person, you're going to lose these people, and then you're going to lose your sense of emotional security. But Spirit is telling me, like I'm hearing right now, you can't want your cake and eat it too. Like it's going to be some things that are going to make people uncomfortable that you do. If you're going to be moving in your light, moving in your lane, really trying to put yourself in a position where you are living not just selfishly for you, but doing things that make you feel good. And you just have to accept that some people are just not going to like it, and it's just going to be what it is. Yes, we have the Judgment card in reverse. Like you're resist, like it's a lot of resistance to new things right now. It's like a resistance. Like, no, this is the way that it is. This is the way that it has been, and this is not really what you truly want anymore. But this rebirth, it's like you're rejecting this time that is going to allow you to be free, allow you to spread your wings, allow you to release the past and your past behaviors that were harmful to you. This may have been a pattern of like some type of like this could be like an addiction of some sort to alcohol, to weed, addiction to a person, addiction to work, something like that you're trying to break free of. But something about it not being there is making you feel like a sense of security, or some type of security is going to be taken from you, which is like I was saying about Virgo season. Like it'll like whenever Virgo energy or Virgos are, their security is threatened, they start to get nasty, they start to get resentful, they start to get vengeful. So it just feels like, it doesn't feel like that energy is there, but it could be there. Let's pull another one. Oh my God, I saw this in my meditation. Sometimes I see cards in my meditation and then they end up coming up in the reading. But yes, there is a tower moment coming through for somebody. There is a tower moment coming through. What you thought was going to be going to have longevity, what you thought was going to be there forever. It seems like these really seem like a conflict with people. This is definitely air. I'm feeling like air sign energy right now, but I'm also feeling the destruction of, excuse me, what we thought we knew. And it really does feel like a relationship is coming to an end. And I just don't want, I would hate for, this to be some type of like catastrophic, super sad situation. But if you got to cry, if you got to, really seclude yourself and really get through this moment, then it is what it is. But just know that this was not built on anything real. This was built on superficial, very surface level understanding. And it could be slightly embarrassing too. It could be slightly like, since this is something that everybody knows about. This is something that who people know you to be, or somebody people know you to be with. But it's coming to an end, and it's a change that you cannot avoid. So whenever this card comes up, I always want to really, I mean, people think this is like the death card is like the worst card, but for me it's the tower, because it's like, oh God, what is it gonna be? But I mean, honestly, it's always a necessary change, and it does not feel good at first. It doesn't feel like, it's gonna suck, but it's also gonna be like a time where you are going to have a major transformation. With this Judgment card in reverse, it's really making me feel like this will be the breakthrough that has been bubbling underneath your indecision. So this is Spirit making a choice for you, pretty much. But to follow that up, we have the Four of Swords. Oh my gosh. So this is a time where you're being called to seclude, to rest, to take a step back and look at and just observe. Like I was saying earlier about Libra energy is very much like observing and then make a decision. But this is right now, it feels like very indecisive, very like projecty to other people, because you can't make a decision, because your life is out of place, because you're not peaceful. Your life isn't peaceful and harmonious. So you're taking that out on other people. You're taking that out in projections. You're taking that out in triggering. You could be just triggering yourself and just being overly analytical with how you're talking to yourself. But yes, after this tower moment, there's a time for you to take a step back and kind of review all your relationships, your contracts, your foundation, how you communicate within your family, how you communicate within your job, how you communicate to yourself, how you plan. So that's gonna, after this tower moment is coming up, there's gonna be a time to reflect on it and really learn from what just happened. And it's not gonna feel good. It's not gonna feel good. But just take this time to rest. Take this time to really observe and evaluate what happened. I'm going to pull an animal card now. But we're going to be a little bit over 30 minutes, but that's okay. The Spirit, what is the animal energy of this reading? We have a lamb here. We have a bird here. We actually have two birds here. So it feels like Spirit wants us to be free. Be free. Okay, we have a fish with a moon. Okay. So this is very much emotional freedom that we're looking for. Emotional satisfaction. Back to the Nine of Cups. So let's see. This is very much water energy. So let me see. Okay. Fish, restlessness, change of focus, lost in the current. Lost in the current. The fish, this feels like Pisces energy. The fish loves to be subsumed in life's current. Nothing pleases it more than movement or more movement. The roaming lifestyle of the fish may be exhilarating for a while, but usually leads to weariness and slippery relationships. With all the possibilities out there in the vast waters, the fish becomes lost. The fish, hold on, let me go back because I had to switch over. With all the possibilities out there in the vast waters, the fish becomes lost without clear goals and intentions. Spend some time with the lunar forces, dear fish, as the peace and calm of the moon will soothe your soul. Excuse me. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay. So yes, this is very Pisces energy, like I was saying. This feels like just a lot of movement, a lot of changing your mind every 2 seconds because you can't focus properly. You have too many people in your mind. You have too many people around you. You have too many relationships. And it might just be one person that's just feeding you not lies, but just trying to get into your head, and you're allowing them to get into your head. You're allowing them to. This is like a Neptune energy where the boundaries are being crossed. The boundaries are being crossed and you're not allowing yourself to focus. The moon helps you focus on how you need to be nurtured, how you need to release, your emotions and how you feel about something, and how your feelings can lead you to a choice. And that's the thing that people don't realize about emotions. Once you release them and allow them to flow through you, you gain clarity. It's just like, I hate to say it like this, but it's just like busting a nut or something. Like you gain clarity after that. Like, it's just like that release, that letting that water move through you instead of keeping it stored somewhere because you're not emotional and you're not this and that. This is like the opposite of Virgo. And this is what people need to understand about Virgo energy, is that the opposite sign is Pisces. So yes, you can be delusional during this time. You can be scattered during this time and you can make it look real good, but that doesn't mean underneath you're not scattered and all over the place and not able to make decisions because you are taking on too much information. You're doing too much. Your pieces of you are everywhere. You're not even whole. You're not even in your body. You're just outside of your body doing things. You're very distracted. So I think right now is a good time to set some small goals. Do some practical step-by-step things, even if it's just, making a meal every 2 days, if it's going to the gym 3 times a week, or maybe you walk, for 10 minutes a day or something like that. Like make small goals and accomplish those small goals. And that will help you clear out some of this scattered energy that I'm feeling right now. It's very much like, this is a very much, Pisces energy affecting Virgo. And it's interesting because this week we have a Mars in opposition with Neptune. Virgo Mars with opposition with Pisces Neptune. So this is feeling very much like you need to get your health together. You need to get your health routine together, and that will bring you towards the clarity that you're looking for so that you can be more balanced, so that you can be more adaptable, so that you can feel better about your choices instead of feeling so scattered. A lot of the times when we can clear what's in our gut, where we can clear what's in our systems, in our stomachs, and our guts, in our digestive system, and all of that, we gain clarity. The stomach is directly influences the mind. What you eat affects your mind. What you have stuck in your gut affects your mind. So yeah, we got to get it together. I know I've been getting it together. Y'all were not alone. You are not alone in this, but you are alone if you are resisting this energy right now. At least when it comes to me and you. I don't know about other people, but this is definitely you trying to go with the crowd, you trying to do what you always have been doing. And Spirit said, okay, everybody's moving at their own pace. We understand that now. Me and my guides, we get that now, but that still doesn't change the message. So keep allowing yourself to detox and allowing yourself to cleanse emotionally, physically, and so you can gain clarity. Small goals, remember that. All right, I'm going to pull a moon card. It's like you're moving in the dark right now. Like you don't know where to go, but you are the light, honey. You are the light. Okay, our moon card is new moon in Aquarius. Bring love into the situation. So it seems like we need more compassion for yourself. You need to show yourself some more love. That way you can be more loving and more open to what other people are doing. So you can stop feeling like you're not seen, stop feeling like you're rejected, but feel like you can, if you show yourself more compassion, you can show others more compassion. That's what I'm feeling with this Aquarius new moon. Like how you can show up for others says a lot about how you show up for yourself, says a lot about how you can show up for others. Okay. So please use this energy to get more in touch with your emotional side, more in touch with what's going on with you emotionally. Don't just be that person who's all about money, all about stability, and that's it. Because honestly, that's just one piece of emotional satisfaction. It has nothing to do with your relationships. It has nothing to do with humanity, really. That's just what you want for yourself, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying, realize that you are not an island. You are not here by yourself, and so you have to do the things that show yourself more love, in order to show other people the love that they need. Okay. Okay. Woo, that was a deep one. Okay, well, I love y'all. I got to start my day now. Look out for the link. I know I've been saying that, but I've been thinking about how I want to do my astrology readings, but now I have come up with it. I'm going to do astrology readings. Like I'll read your birth chart and it'll be something where you'll ask me a question and I will dive into your birth chart to see where you are with that. And then if you want like a mini reading at the end, then you can have that as well. But I am not doing full out tarot readings right now because, to be honest, I feel like there is enough energy going on in the sky for you to know. But I will do like a mini tarot reading after the astrology reading. That will also be an option, and it will be whatever deck that I'm choosing for that day. But yes, it'll be like a mini reading and not a full reading because I'm having a moment with like exchanging energy with people. Like I don't really want to know like everything that's going on. I kind of just want to send you off with a positive word and like give you some honesty, but not give you like exactly, what's going on with you or what you think. But right now, I will say that the ancestors are pretty loud. So I would do what you have to do to get in touch with them. And you can do that through meditation, through prayer, to connecting with them through pictures. memory lane and things like that. So make sure that you are tapping in that way as well. Okay, I love y'all. Talk to you later. Don't forget to like, subscribe, rate, please comment on my Instagram, on my Twitter. Okay, love y'all. Bye.